Hello, my name is DC. I'll be giving you match analysis for the match of Al Nassr versus Al ahli in 5-goal thriller, as it says in the title here. Alright, so let's get into it. This is a lovely stadium. And what I like is that the atmosphere now of the Saudi League is changing. I mean, look at all those fans. It's offside, but it was closer than you'd actually think. Mahrez with a silky touch, goal. Offside, but even though you think a goal is offside, I would suggest okay. So here's when I think this is when the ball gets played. Yeah. All right. I actually didn't accidentally went out of my screen. All right. So this is when the ball gets played, right? And if you look at it, it actually looks onside. I think they may have gotten this wrong because I think this is even after he's kicked the ball. Because if you see this, his leg is here on this line. His leg is not on the line. So I actually think they got this wrong. And these are some of the risks. These are some of the risks that come with playing an offside trap. Is you play everyone onside. That's the thing. You play everyone onside and you give them all this space. So I do think they got this wrong because it does seem as if Mahrez is onside. But what do I know? But like I've said, my opinion to me, I do think this is onside. I've actually done well to just review it because at first I thought it was off, but I wasn't. Look at that. Go subscribe. What a hit. Alright, so what I like about here, John Duran. He is enjoying life in Saudi. Alright, so let's move back a bit and then we analyze this further. Alright, so a ball is played. As we have noticed here, as the player receives the ball, there is 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 people are not marking anyone, but in this instance here, since he can see the danger, I do feel he should step up, because in this situation he is forced, and it's one of those situations where if he does step up to go and get the ball from John Duran, one thing has to stay behind. He can't lose the ball, and the man, either the ball stays behind, the man stays behind, but not both at the same time, because the midfielders have stepped a little bit higher, and I think this is John Duran. The person, I'm not too sure here, but I do think it's John Duran as he has the ball and he's trying to make a movement. Let's let's just let it play out. Oh, that's not John Duran. The person, so yeah. And for some reason, they move even further back. Alright, so the midfielder is already behind the ball and the defenders have moved backwards again. I do feel he is the free person, so he should at least make much better contact, because what he does is that instead of actually going forward and addressing the threat that is John Duran, someone that has just recently joined the club and is most likely looking to impress the fans, get a few goals, instead of going to approach him, he does not approach him. He says, no, I will not go forward. Instead, he pushes back, giving John Duran more space to take on the shot. I wonder why. Because if he pushed up, I understand there's a player running here, but there is also a man running. So at least you say, if in this case, if you moved forward to get the ball, at that point it would have been that I went to get the ball and I went to at least disturb him. You would have said you did your part. So you would have left all the pressure on your other teammate. But I do believe he should have moved forward rather than moving back, because this is the space that John Duran uses to take the shot. And what a shot it is. I mean, this is such a good hit. Look at that. That's a lovely goal. And into a tight corner too. Oh, is that John? I don't... Oh, it is. It is John Duran. I thought that wasn't him. Yeah, but in this case, the midfielders have pushed a little too high and they don't get the ball. And then here, he's assuming John Duran is going to run here and is going to intercept, but he makes the wrong choice, and that turned from John Duran. So John Duran fools the defender by his movement, but I do feel he should be pushing forward, not pushing back, and that's a good hit. The defender should have probably got a block on it. Now in this case here, there are 2 fouls. This is the first one, and then as the ball moves forward, boom. This is probably the second one. This guy pushing him here. Alright, so look at how much he's holding his shirt. And just look at this. This is of all the fouls I've seen, this is the most obvious one. I mean, look at that. Look at how much he's grabbing his shirt. And then the funny thing is that the goal gets disallowed, but this player receives a red card. He acts surprised, but this is a deserved red card. He deserved this red card because look at this. And the funny thing, in the Premier League, João Pedro did something similar, but his elbow didn't connect. He wasn't given a card. So I think this just shows the standards of refereeing in the Premier League versus Saudi. But this player, I don't watch this league, but I already don't rate him because he has this headband on, and I feel as if he's trying to make fashion statements. Because even in another match I did analysis on, he really wasn't defending that well. So who knows? Maybe this could be a learning curve, but I don't really. I don't know. Maybe I should watch him more, but I don't know. I don't rate him. Anyway, let's get back into the analysis. Why are you acting surprised? Okay, so here, ball gets played in, right? And then the fact that he has a free header in between two defenders. Because here, ball gets played, he dives a bit too early because if he is lower on the ground, the player has much more distance, or should I say more room to put the cross above. And look at that, I think this is Ivan Toney. But even if, I don't care if it's Ivan Toney or it's just Riyad Mahrez or just a random midfielder, you can't leave someone unmarked in the box like this because you assume they won't score, but they will eventually score. And I don't know why this player is pointing because you are in front of the player. It's your job to make sure you mark the person in front of you. Or if possible, what you can do is tell your player to back up and then you move forward so that you sandwich this player in a way such that you disturb him, but it won't be a foul. And then the fact that Riyad Mahrez is in this much open space in the opponent's 18-yard box is very worrying because we know this man has quality to hit them. But otherwise, this player makes the right decision, puts in a lovely cross, boom, unmarked. And why are you getting upset? You are the one that was supposed to be marking Ivan Toney. Instead, he's pointing. Because this is way too much space. Now that this is just way too much space. I mean, look at that. Unmarked, especially in this region. Because this is the perfect place to do a pullback. This is way too much space. I wonder why they left this gap and why he is not tracking him. I do feel we should be closer, but unfortunately that's not the case. But this guy, Ivan Toney is right in front of you. You could actually go, maybe take a step to the right, and then as you're jumping, barge him in his shoulder so that it looks like it's a 50-50 rather than a foul. Otherwise, this was smart play. And the fact that he gets upset, like, why does he get upset? Alright, so here, loose ball, cross goes in. That's a lovely... Oh, I actually thought he scored it first time, but it wasn't. It took a bit of deflections, but as long as it goes in. Let's move it back a bit. I think I missed a few things. Alright, so here, you have about 3 players going to block. And all of them just scatter, and they allow him to get the rebound uncontested. Uncontested, I know that there are people near him, but they're not close enough to make a challenge, and he gets himself a goal. He hits it. The keeper does his best. At this point, the keeper is on the floor. He is hoping his defenders come to bail him out, but unfortunately they didn't. And there were 3 defenders around him. But this play by John Duram is incredible. I mean, look at this. It's very smart. Look at that. He just plays it in front of the defender. He runs past him. This guy, he's seen what's just happened. Same mistake. I do feel we could have done better. Maybe rather, at that point, just barge him. Not really barge, but initiate shoulder-to-shoulder contact so that you just, you unbalance him. And then he has one-on-one with the keeper. That's a lovely goal. That is a lovely, lovely goal. And what I like is this. Look at that. He goes straight to the fans to celebrate. Al Nassr, they are growing in fans, and I just love how intense it's becoming. Look at that. Boom. And the fact that they scored 2 goals even after they were... In fact, I have more questions on Al Ahli, because how do you let Al Nassr, who have a red card, score 2 more goals on you? But this is incredible from John Duram. Keeper, he's done all he could. Then here, this is Al Ahli's last goal. This is more of a scramble in the box. Look at that. He hits it, save, and then a player running and you're standing still. No matter how close you are, his momentum will... He's more likely going to reach the ball further even if you're closer because you're not running. Boom. Once again, the keeper did his best here. The keeper did his best because there was a lot of pinball. Boom. First save. He's hoping his defenders bail him out. Boom. Second save. His defenders have not done him any favors. And I like the persistence from our ahli to get the goal. But what a match. 5-goal thriller. This man, John Duran, amazing player, amazing. I do hope he continues scoring goals in Saudi Arabia. And I like it. I like how the crowd is, not that the stadium is filled with crowds, but it's filled with active crowds, like waving banners, singing, chanting. Yeah, that's what I like to see. Otherwise, great game. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next match analysis.